New segment brought to you by the kind courtesy of Face Cafe, located right next to Adult Toy Box. Um, you know where Adult Toy Box is, so don't even say where. So I have the Herald here, Daily Herald, and yes, I eat it on camera because before, or you cussed me for smoking a cigarette during politics because people don't smoke cigarettes. Okay, no problem. So I eat my biscuit. Hold on, it's a Club Social biscuit. I ain't minding my business by drinking something. Where it is, you will never know. Okie dokie, front page of the Daily Herald today. Prison unrest grows amid transfers, ongoing detainee rights suspension. Lawyer warns of deepening unrest. Point Blanche, Herald, the way that Point Blanche is spelled, and I think not a lot of people know this, it's supposed to be Pointe, not just point. It's the E missing. In any case, the Point Blanche Prison Inmate Association has expressed its concerns about inmates being transferred abroad without proper notice or consultation. Being deprived of 1 hour airing, having to use buckets to urinate and defecate due to prison personnel being understaffed. Education vocational programs being non existent and mental health support being insufficient. Uncertainty reigns among the inmates at the Point Blanche prison following the forced transfer of 6 prisoners to Bonaire, a move authorities justified as part of the post May 14, 2025 prior measures to reduce overcrowding at the facility. Who will be next is now the question on everyone's mind. Who indeed will be next? Because they have some politicians on a waiting list. And all they have to do is hear, hey, we ready for you now. They'll be like, wait, no, I ain't ready yet. Hold on, they got so much other people out there. Wait, no, not me. In any case, it's a pick and choose, said the Point Blanche Prison Inmates Association legal representative, Safira Ibrahim, who is also the legal representative of one of the inmates transferred to Bonaire. So what we're not going to do is act as if Shamia Roseberg, our member of parliament, wasn't the legal representative of the association. It looked like they changed lawyers now. Because yes, that's true. Shamia Roseberg, our current member of parliament, she has a law firm, which is completely legal, by the way. But maybe it was too much for her. And now Miss Ibrahim take over. Makes sense. It makes sense. The reason my client did not want to go to detention facilities in Bonaire is because we are in the midst of preparing for our appeal case, and I need to be able to speak to him in person. Ibrahim explained I received an urgent call from the prison on Thursday evening informing me that he would be sent to Bonaire. And although he objected, telling prison management that he needed to be able to see me and his family, he was still sent to Bonaire on Friday morning. You could read the rest in the Daily Herald for today, Monday, June the 2nd, 2025. Well, the thing is, if you need all your rights, try not to go to prison. That way, you don't have to worry about anybody, trampling on your rights. And yes, I'm harsh. I'm sorry, but I can't have sympathy for somebody who did a serious crime, whatever the crime is. I don't even know what a crime is, by the way, and then complain about the conditions. It's some insane work, is what the young people might say. St. Martin cricketer star Casey Carty etched his name in the record books once again, this time by becoming the leading run scorer for West Indies after 33 innings. Pause. I have no idea what that means. But we're reading, right? We're learning, right? Let's go. Most significantly, he has overtaken the legendary Vivian Richards, now that name I know, who was also known as the Master Blaster. Ah, Cathy reached the milestone after hitting another century in the second one-day international against England and Cardiff, Wales on Sunday for more CPAs 45 and 46. Congratulations to Casey Cathy. He's one of us, as a matter, no? However, I ain't gonna let you get away with the government. So this is where the government failed when it comes to Casey Cathy. His father, who's originally from Anguilla, make him do training over there because due to the lack of support from the Dutch side. So he grew up also being groomed by the lovely Cricket Association, which does amazing work, and they have also been supporting Casey Carty the whole time. Now that he's successful and he's big, you got a government going like, let me print a big poster and put it somewhere. Go KC. Herald, this is why I miss today newspaper. You know why? See how small this picture is? If a St. Martino break a record of any kind, why can't you just like, a big picture of Casey and say congratulations, is we own? Or if you want to do it in Dutch, you say, hey, is een van ons. You know? But just a little small thing, they could do a little bit better, man. If it was election or something else, it would be bigger. If it was, the thing is, front page, like use it, put it big. Not no small thing. Jeez. But congratulations, Casey Carty. I mean, history is history. And we got a Carty in there now. They got a lot more people following Casey Carty. I hope that the government finally notices that they can do a little bit more when it comes to our sport facilities and our young people to make sure that they go and be the next Casey Carty. Boom. Let's continue with the rest of the Daily Herald front page for Monday, June the 2nd. A 47-year-old scooter rider died as a result of a road accident that took place on the RN7 near the College 900 construction project in La Savane around 9:30 p.m. Saturday. First of all, the way this is written is ridiculous. Why? Because, and no, I'm not lying. I'm contesting the fact that somebody died. It's just the way it's written. They had to explain over and over and over where exactly it is. They start off with saying it took place on the RN7 near the College 900 construction project in La Savane around 9:30 p.m. Saturday. Robert, you could do better. Don't worry, it's a media thing. Right now, we're just doing this media thing. Robert from the Herald, you could do better. The fire brigade, sapeurs pompiers responded to the accident that involved the scooter rider and a light vehicle involving 3 people in total. The scooter rider was immediately transported to the hospital, but was pronounced dead on the arrival. The driver and passenger of the car, 2 men in their 20s, were transported to the hospital in a relatively emergency situation. Their injuries were not specified. The major incident required 2 ambulances on road rescue vehicle and command vehicle and 7 firefighters mobilized. Gendarmeries and paramedics from the Structure Mobilis de Urgence in the Reanimation. Oh my God. In other words, it's called SMUR, which is SMUR, were also present at the scene. The gendarmerie said it has opened an investigation into the circumstances that caused the accident. Why are they always investigating? The man dead, 2 youngsters were in a car, unless they had motive. But condolence to the family of this 47-year-old man. I know that losing somebody is not easy. However, scooter riders, do I need to say it? Yeah, I ain't saying it. But just take it easy. Take it easy. Also, front page of the Daily Herald, Dutch MPs question impact of the higher minimum wage for the best. Only now, The Hague, the Dutch House of Representatives, is requesting detailed information on the effects of raising the minimum wage for Bonaire, Statia, and Saba, focusing not only on the impact for residents but also for the local business. Is this the same Best Islands who has euros as their um, currency? While St. Martin had to make up a whole Caribbean guilder just so that we could stick with our dollars because we can't get dollars because it ain't ours. That Donald Trump money. However, when it comes to the best islands, they have a good deal, which is they get in euros. So you can imagine the minimum wage here is about 800 something dollars a month. There is 800 something, no, it's more. It's about 1200 to 1500 euro. Now, of course, the Chinese stores and the restaurants and everything is also in euros, so you know, not much of a difference. Not much. And last story from the front page of the Daily Herald, Dutch Finance Ministry withholds majority of Enya case documents. I call that money people problem. Let's take another break. When we come back, we'll try to see the inside pages of the Herald. Of course, this is brought to you by the loving courtesy of Face Cafe. Let me get another coffee break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We're going to scan through the Daily Herald for today, Monday, June the 2nd. For those who didn't have a dollar to buy the Herald, I got you. I got you. Armed forces of the Antilles seize 4 tons of narcotics. Oh, in Martinique. And they imaginary burn it, right? Sorry, sometimes I just think out loud. Armed forces of the Antilles seized 4 tons of narcotics as part of the anti-drug trafficking operation known as Carib Royal. A French Navy vessel intercepted 2 boats in the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. Where else though? Anyway, during the month of May leading to the seizure of nearly 4 tons of narcotics, the fishing vessel flying the Venezuelan flag was intercepted and searched on May the 22nd. Herald like a old news now. May the 22nd it happened. Hidden balls were discovered on tested positive for cocaine. A total of 26 balls of drugs weighing 780 kilograms was seized. Anyway, in accordance to the international regulations, the Venezuelan authorities chose not to relinquish their jurisdiction. The vessel, the goods, and the individuals were arrested were handed over to the Venezuelan authorities at sea. Yeah, because it's their waters, it's their territory. You can't tell them what to do. You just can't. Martini gangster like that. Don't mess with Guadeloupe either. Anyway, June the 2nd, that's the day, Monday. This is some good stuff, John. What you put in here, John? What you put in here? Huh? Jeez. Krisha invites public to town hall meeting in Phillipsburg beautification master plan. Thank you, Krisha. Thank you, Krisha. Thank you, Krisha. You say it 3 times, she might actually do it instead of the pigeon coop that they have in the middle of town by the marketplace. But let me mind my business. You know what I mean, though, because anyway, I have to have faith and I have to wait and see if something soon going to happen. The Ministry of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transport and Telecommunication, its Minister, Krisha Helagar Martin, is inviting all residents, businesses, and property owners and other interested members of the public to a town hall meeting at the Government Administration Building on June the 6th at 5:30 p.m. The meeting will focus on the Phillipsburg Beautification Master Plan and offers a platform for community members to learn more about the project, share feedback, and take part in shaping the future of the capital. More on page 3 of the Herald. Listen to me, please. I remember when they did the first master plan, Regina La Vega, Gus Priest, the works from the Tourist Bureau. And it was by far the best plan that St. Martin had. The only thing is, it had a timeline. So because the timeline kind of disappeared, we just operated on an old master plan that was in effect like maybe 20 years ago now. So the fact that she is trying to bring it back, that means that business owners, property owners, residents of Phillipsburg can go and tell Krisha about herself. You know they're going to mention the marketplace, Krisha, so you better come with a nice plan again. Bring Viren along, because Viren during the election campaign, that's MP Kutai, of course, promised the merchants, the Indian merchants, and all the businesses in Phillipsburg beautification and tourists coming and Cope Athens and all kind of thing. And then election finish and then you can't find the lovely politicians because they're busy working on other things. You see, I can do this. Do I get a piece of biscuit? No. I have to wait until I finish. No problem. Page 3 of the Herald, WIB to host business and corporate banking seminar on June the 18th, 19, 20. Is that the same WIB that's supposed to be what I call the worst bank in St. Martin history? I still want my account there. That's why I'm salty with them. Page 4. Award-winning filmmaker Joel Adjuk launches Caribbean Day at the 2025 Cannes Film Festival. Big dog. I hope he don't forget the small people in St. Martin that helped him through the whole time that he was, here. Would be nice. But congratulations, man. I ain't going to hate. He's putting St. Martin on the map in the film industry world. And for that, you can't knock him down. He's doing what he can do. Minister Gomes pays tribute to Cedric Kiringdongo on his 35 years at PSS. Rightfully so. Minister of Finance, Marinko Gomes, was the former head at PSS. Food wholesalers, warehouse depot urged to be storm ready. Yes, they're always storm ready. And they got the stickers also for the inflation that they're going to cost. They have the stickers, like the stickers to just $5, no, $6, no, $4, no, $6.50. Wow. And then they just put it on a pack. It's like a nice machine. Colorful frocks make a splash at the abolition of slavery commemoration. That's a tongue twister. Page 5 of the Daily Herald. Swing for Hope charity golf tournament raises $2,200 for local global youth cases. Oh, that's nice. I need to learn how to play golf too. Oh, Motor World used cars blowout sale this Saturday, June the 14th. Oh no, that's next week. Next week, June the 14th. And the car starting at $5,000. Must be a Picanto for $5,000. Wow. But best you go check it out. And it's the used car sales company is where the police station used to be in Coal Bay, right next to it. So check that out. Motor was also the kind courtesy sponsor of the Late Night Show. Page 7, call for NGOs share experiences with volunteerism in the new survey. Speaking about volunteers, big shout out to St. Martin Dut. They did some work, and they did it over 2 weekends. It was supposed to be one, but the rain kind of messed up the first one. And then the second one seems to be very successful. So shout out to Miss Roach and the crew at St. Martin Dut. Oh, 2 Caribbean. I didn't even press it. It went by itself. I love it. A break already? Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, 2 Caribbean authors reach #1 on Amazon with new leadership book. We'll be right back.
Break it down. Break it down.
Two Caribbean born authors have soared to the top of Amazon's ranking with their new release, The Dark Side of Leadership Shining the Light. The book, co authored by Brenda Maynard and Rosalind Douglas, recently hit number one in new releases for management science and is also ranked number three in business management service, number 16 in management science, and number 19 in 2 hour businesses and money short reads. At a time when leaders is increasingly scrutinized, the dark side of leadership lifts the veil on the subtle tensions, interpersonal complexities, and often overlooked psychological challenges that can undermine even the most well intentioned leaders. Through real world stories and practical insights, the book serves as a curious guide for those navigating influence, vision, and international resistance, according to a press release. Whoa, that was a little bit too much, but I get it. Two Caribbean authors reached #1. Congratulations to Brenda and Miss Douglas. Of course, the inside pages of the Herald, you know. If you really want to see it, you go and buy one. All right. I want to write a book. I was thinking, but the thing is, I want like a cool title. So anybody who got suggestions, it's going to be a politician book, of course. How to be a politician, Dick style. Me saying it out loud makes it not sound as fun as I had in my head. Oh, a conversation with Dick. Or Dick, you too bad. Or it's a Dick book. Eh? Get it? My name, Andrew? No? Time for your flashback.
Did you hear what happened to Joe? Joe don't want nobody to know. Did you hear what happened to Joe? Joe don't want nobody.
If I could have my way, man, I would live like the great King Solomon in modern day. I wish my wife and my sweetheart could be friends. And when we going on a date, you know, send me and bring the both of them. I wish my wife and my sweetheart could be friends. And when the tree are with the road, there's no problem. Hey, you see my wifey, she a like my sidekick. And you see my sweetheart, don't call her no side chick. Imagine up in the house and we inside it, the possibilities of it. Oh, mama,
Hey, watch the places you walk and mind the way you talk. Watch out for the vampire who will sneak up in the dark. Watch out for the big time thief who claim say that them smart. By bringing in the crack and the gun to come mash up the youth them heart. Murder and rape. I'm talking about this ghetto girl. No matter Texas, she's simple. Not because she's smile, you see her in prayer. This ghetto girl. No matter Texas, she's soft. Right now, mood I take her autograph. You know this ghetto girl. No matter Texas, she's simple. Not because she's smile, you see her in prayer. This ghetto girl. No matter Texas, she's soft. Right now, mood I take her. If you tell me clean the house, yes, baby. If you tell me hush my mouth, yes, baby. If you say I cannot go, yes, baby. I will never, I'll never tell you no, yes, baby. Everything you say is yes, baby. When I go to work, she lie down on the settee. When I come home, I give her all the money, yes, baby. You don't need to stress. Take what you want and give me the rest. Yes, baby. Your cooking is the best, but I know you're tired. Why don't you take a rest? If you tell me clean the house, yes, baby.
That is it for Late Night Show. Thank you so much for watching. Until tomorrow, do have a safe and pleasant one. Bye-bye.
Class-leading safety features at every turn. The new 2025 Hyundai Tucson.